Somewhere in a parallel universe, there's a huge news story going on. It's about a terror attack on a Florida naval base in which a Saudi national kills 3 sailors. The terrorist embraced radical Islamic ideology years before he came here to train. He expressed extremist thoughts on social media. According to reports, the night before, he and pals allegedly watched mass shooting videos. And 2 of the other Saudis investigated in connection to this attack filmed it. Now, this event should raise key questions among our fact-seeking media. Why are we training so many Saudis? Have we ever reconciled the fact that the large majority of 9/11 hijackers were Saudi nationals? And where was armed security in this attack? Yep, this would matter in a parallel universe, but not this one, because we're too busy filling space with a sham impeachment. It's a double whammy of destruction. Not only does impeachment add false outrage to exhaust your brain, it also replaces information that you need to know. So you know less about reality while carrying more media-generated garbage in your brain. We now know how fake the impeachment circus was, all predicated on a comically fake dossier. But in the Trump era, all stories must be about how evil he is. Perhaps if we could blame this shooting on Trump, the media would pay attention to it. You see that word pay? Attention is currency. When you pay it to one thing, you don't pay it to another, and you only have so much. And the media every day continues to rob you blind. So, Katie, this happened in a gun-free zone.
Right.
Every time, that's always like the second fact you learn.
Yeah, the gun-free zone is actually clearly not a gun-free zone.
Yeah.
Bad guys bring guns into gun-free zones, and they eliminate and terrorize and kill people who are unarmed. And in the aftermath of this, soldiers, again, after this happening multiple times, the Fort Hood shooting is another example of soldiers saying, we are trained people. Out of all the people in America who should be able to carry firearms, we are them. And they continually are refused that ability and that right. The other thing about this that I find extremely interesting and also enraging is that, look, if we have a travel ban on people coming to America from countries that support terrorism and we can't vet them properly, we should certainly not allow them to be purchasing firearms in America. The Second Amendment, as the Florida governor said, is reserved for American citizens. It is an American right, and if you want to be able to purchase firearm legally, you should have to become an American and be part of our society and embrace what we believe in. But this idea that they now have this loophole is pretty ridiculous and something that Congress should change.
Is that loophole, as I understand it, he got a hunting license?
Correct.
And then he gets the gun.
Right.
But it's not a hunting gun.
Well, it doesn't, I mean, that's kind of irrelevant, this idea that we have foreign nationals from specifically countries where there is a long history of terrorism coming into America to purchase firearms for whatever purpose, whether it's self-defense
I agree with you.
whether it's hunting.
I was surprised that you can be a foreign national and just go get a gun.
Yeah, can I just say one more thing, though, about the gun-free zone issue? You know, they always disarm people in gun-free zones, whether it's on military bases or in schools or wherever else. And 99% of the time, they do not provide security. So they tell you that you can't protect yourself, but then they don't provide the proper and adequate security for them to protect you. And I'm wondering when there will be some question about the legal liability of that. You're taking away someone's ability to protect themselves, putting them in a vulnerable situation. Something happens, then everyone walks away and tries to come up with all these solutions in the aftermath, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a very serious question that people should be thinking about.
Juan, do you think Trump is too soft on the Saudis on this?
I do.
Yeah.
Because he had a conversation with the prince, and he said the prince told him not to worry.
You're right.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So I don't understand. I mean, I was surprised that, Katie and I agree. I don't think that you can have somebody come into the country as a foreign national and suddenly be allowed to purchase a firearm without I would imagine, some very good reason that the military would provide, but not in general. And then secondly, given the murder of the Washington Post columnist, in which the president did not respond aggressively, and now this, I don't understand. I just don't understand why the president doesn't say, which is what Greg said in his monologue, I can draw a line from 9/11 to this event and say, boy, there's a lot going on here with the Saudis and anti-American sentiment. And why would I be training Saudis with American military equipment?
Pilots.
Well, the reason you do that is because we just cleared an $8 billion military aid package to Saudi Arabia. We give them the C-130s, the F-15s, Boeing, Lockheed. We need train pilots to fly these very expensive toys.
Right.
We can't just send idiots there to fly these things. We need guys trained up. We're the best people to train them, and we need to fight Iranian aggression there, and that's the reason we do it. But they've destroyed our trust. You're going to come here, be a guest in our home, and then just shoot people? No. Like you said, these hijackers on 9/11 were Saudi. Sunnis are predominantly ISIS people. There's a real problem there. And I don't know why the president didn't say something a lot stronger on this. He should. There's obviously a problem we're dealing with. We have to shut this down. They shouldn't be buying guns. But I think Saudi Arabia this week, I think it was the biggest IPO of all time.
Yeah.
Their oil company. Now, $2 trillion valuation, bigger than Apple. So maybe there was something like, we're not rocking the boat this week. Everyone's getting rich. But it's not an excuse.
And people are going to be without their their loved ones this holiday.
I was kind of like with Iran, leadership bad, people good, right?
Yeah.
That's what everybody says. But with Saudi Arabia, we get along with the leadership, but the people are more extreme.
Well, and it's impossible to eliminate all risk.
Yeah.
Okay, but what's wrong with this sentence? The Saudi aviation student in Florida?
Yeah.
I'm like, where have I heard this before?
Exactly.
So we should be able to actually do this. And besides, the president has just announced we're sending a bunch of troops to Saudi Arabia. Train them there.
Yeah.
Don't bring them here.
Yeah.
Do all the training there. You don't need to be here. You don't deserve to be here.
Yeah.